turned out. And she walks in the door and she goes, "Oh my God, it's so cold." I was like, I know. I know it is. I know. And she goes, "For me, it's okay because I have a menopausal. But you don't have a menopausal is a problem." It's like, ma'am, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask that you move in.
All right, this should be a good one. I saw the title of this and I was like, I have to check this out. 10-year-old Airbnb hosts hilarious Italian moms in juicy tracksuits, space heaters, Rome truly has everything. And then the title says, Rome got me gooped, gagged, and bamboozled, all in the best ways, obviously. So what I've gotten from this video is an American rents an Airbnb in Rome and kind of has a really entertaining story. I lightly watched it for maybe about a half a minute and I was like, we gotta do this. This is hilarious. So, all right, this one is coming from John the Craptist, your gay Uncle John. That's hilarious. All right, smash the like button. Let's dive in.
Okay, so I'm in Rome right now, and I just need to tell somebody how bamboozled I have been since the moment I arrived in this city. So I have a friend in London who used to live here, and she told me before I came, she was like, just be very breezy, because, like, they don't really, like, get bogged down by details and get, like, hyped up about stuff. So just be, like, just kind of roll with everything. I was like, okay, like, I can do that. And so I get to this Airbnb, which I booked, like, a family owns it. It's not like a corporation, which is part of why I booked it, because I prefer those. And so I walk up to this Airbnb, and waiting for me at the gate is a literal child, like 10 years old, maybe, like literal child. And he's like, "Are you the tourist?" And I'm like, "Yeah, who are you? Like, why aren't you at school?" I mean, it was Saturday, but like, why aren't you at school or, I don't know, soccer practice? What? And he's like, "Okay, you know, I'm helping my uncle with the Airbnb." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I'm Devin." I was like, "All right, I'm John. Hi." And so he pulls out this, like, I think they're in my pocket. Yeah. This, like, ring of, like, 8 keys. And he's trying to figure out which one goes to the gate, and none of them work. And he's, like, kind of freaking out. He's getting, like, really flustered. He's like, oh. And I was like, "Hey, we're going to figure it out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, we'll get it." And he's like trying all the keys and all the keys. And he's like, "Oh, man. And finally, he's like, "I don't know. I don't think any of these keys work." He just, like, shrugs and starts walking away. And I was like, "Okay, well, here's the thing, Devin. I do need to get in the Airbnb, so we're going to have to, maybe I try and see if I can figure it out." And, of course, I did, and I got it on the first try. Okay, so then we get in the gate, and we're going in the building, and this old lady's coming out, and I wanted to be like a good Airbnb guest. I was like, "Buongiorno, signora." And we go in the building, and he takes me, he kind of reminds me of my nephew. He has this, like, kind of shit-eating grin the whole time. Like, he, like, thinks he's, like, very cool that he's getting to do this job, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so he takes me into this Airbnb. I cannot stress enough how much nicer it was on the site than it is in person. Now, it's perfectly fine.
I feel like every Airbnb is like that, aren't they? The photos online always look so much more amazing than in person. I remember before I had my first child, I took my wife to Palm Springs or Palm Desert in California, like Southern California, and I rented this place that looked so good in these photos. And we got there, and it was an absolute shithole. We had to leave and go to a different hotel.
Perfectly fine. But in the immediate moment, I was like, oh, okay. So, but he is like standing in the hallway, and he's like, like, right? And I was like, "Yeah, man, Devin, it's fucking bitchin'." So he's like showing me around, and he goes in here, and he, like, plugs in this lamp into this plug bar, and he's like,
"Oh, he's in it."
He holds it up. He's like, "Oh, that's called a ciabatta." And I was like, "Oh, like the bread." And he's like, "No, bread is pane." I was like, "Okay, well, in America, ciabatta is bread." And he was like, "Why?" "I don't know, Devin. I genuinely don't know, Devin. I couldn't tell you." So then he, like,
yeah, isn't ciabatta? It's bread. No? I mean, it's a type of bread, no?
He, like, shows me a couple other things, and then he stops and he's like, "Bet you're wondering where the refrigerator is, huh?" And I was like, Not really, but did you want to show me the refrigerator, Devin? So he takes me into this kitchen, which, by the way, that light was completely burned out. So it was pitch black in here. There's no lights. And he comes over to this cabinet and he opens it up and he like shows me the fridge. He's like, bet you never seen anything like that before. I was like, you got me, Devin. You got me. I'm nearly 50 years old, and I've never seen the likes of a refrigerator and cabinet. I am gooped. I am gagged.
Hey, John, I'm blown away. If you see this, that you are almost 50 years old. You do not look 50. This is fucking hilarious. I like how he is so cool about it, too. He's just like, I'm going with the flow. Like, that's the way you got to be. Hilarious. I'm sure the place is nice.
The house down boots. Okay, so then... He gets ready to leave. He's like, okay, well, have a great time, and blah blah, and let my uncle know if you need anything. I was like, okay, cool, thanks, Devin. And he goes halfway out the door, and he stops very dramatically in the doorway, and he turns around, and he's like, oh, and when you say hi to people, it's ciao. I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. He's like, you said buongiorno to that lady. That's wrong. You only say that in the morning. Like, very serious. And I was like, okay. Well, thank you for the are you going to murder me? Thank you, Devin. So then he left. And I'm like unpacking. And as I'm unpacking, I'm like, oh my God, it's so cold in here. And I go and look at the thermostat. And it's 14 degrees, which is Celsius, which is like 58-ish Fahrenheit. It's very cold.
That's colder than my house right now.
Hey, like, what do I do with the heat? Like, do I just turn the knobs on the radiator? Is there like a thermostat, or like what do I do? And he's like, oh, the heat's controlled by the condo, and it doesn't get turned on until December.
I think I've heard this in some of the southern countries, right? Yeah, like the heat is controlled by the entire building. You got to have like a space heater, right? I think that was in the thumbnail of the video.
I was like, okay, I know we're being breezy, but that's not going to work for me. 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 Like, I was like, okay, well, it's 14 in here. Is there maybe
I would
a
just
space
suck it
heater?
up.
He's like, it's that cold? And I was like, yeah, it's literally 42 outside. Like, I don't know what. Okay, so he was out of town or something, and so he was like, I'm going to send my wife over with a space heater. Great. Well, she couldn't come until this morning, so I was here for 2 days at this freezing cold apartment, which is fine. I'm whatever. I just rolled with it.
All right.
I just rolled with it because Italy. Okay. So then she shows up this morning, and she comes in, and it's 8:30, and this woman is turned out, hair laid, face beat, wearing, and I mean wearing, a Juicy Couture tracksuit. It was like truly stepping back in 2004. Turned out, and she walks in the door.
Is this what does turned out mean? I'm American. I don't even know that phrase. Like I'm assuming like you just like woke up, maybe like turned out, tired, exhausted. I don't know.
And she goes, "Oh my God, it's so cold." I was like, I know it is. I know. And she goes, for me it's okay because I have a menopausal. But you don't have a menopausal is a problem. It's like, ma'am, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask that you move in. I don't think that I can bear to part ways with you. I don't think I can do this. Like, I said, it's like so you like have your own furnace. She's like, I have my own furnace, but you have no furnace. She was amazing. She was incredible. So she gave me
This
a
is
heater,
so cool.
which I plugged in, and then it immediately, like right after she left, I plugged it in, and it immediately made the electricity go out because I also had the toaster on. So then I sat here in the dark for like 45 minutes.
Crazy situation for us, at least, to be in. I would love to experience it, though. This sounds like an amazing story that you'd be able to keep with you.
Her husband tried to show me how to do an Italian circuit breaker via Google translated text messages.
Oh, shit.
But you know what? And then last night, before all that, I went to dinner. And I don't know what I did to this waiter. I don't know what I did to this waiter. I don't know what I did to this waiter, but I did something. I have never experienced hatred the likes of it. And I'm a gay from the 90s, so I know bitchy queens. This was, I don't know what I did to you, but I'll have a Pinot Grigio. Like, it was just like, at one point I thought he was throwing me out. He was actually directing me to the dessert case. But he was like, toward the door, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. And then I started going to the door, and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. What are you doing? What is happening? Like, what is your deal? I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Hilarious.
La Dolce Vita, am I right?
That was great. Holy shit. We got to go through the comments. I got to see these. I hope to God there are some Italians. Let's see here. My landlord in Rome told me you must be patient. This building is older than your country. Another did I say sexful? Another successful ad for Marriott. For me, it's okay because I have menopause. That was the best part. Holy shit. This story was perfect. Devin watching your TikTok like. Devin, dude. Amazing. Love it. Devin is Gene Belcher in my mind in this story. Bet you never seen anything like that before. Not the Stasi reference. And yes, ciabatta means slipper in Italian. Okay. All right. Devin when he showed you the fridge. Oh my God. Me staying through the whole story like. All right. Are you the tourist? All right. Well, we'll go ahead and end it there. That was pretty funny. That was hilarious. Hopefully I can come across some more videos of Americans just having unique experiences throughout Europe. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Smash the like button. I'll see you next time. Peace.